All right, we're back. I was just wrapping up this last little pad that had missed a bit of solder, and I think we've got them all tinned pretty well. We've got these guys on. Those look pretty good to me, and yeah, I think we're ready to mount it in the airframe as best we can. We're going to run these out the back. So we've got this guy, run up through there, that, get a couple of these. Slip on those guys. Yep, we're gonna get this wrapped up today, I hope. I'm gonna ship out some stuff a little bit. All right. I'm just bumbling today. Unfamiliar using your hands for a week. It's just one of those things. Come back and you're like, all right, what am I doing wrong here? Why isn't this working for me? All right, here's that guy. We'll set all of these guys down on top like that. And I really don't know which way is which. So I'm just going to guess that the cam control, good God, we've got S-bus, volt. Good Lord. Okay, maybe I'll read the instructions. Okay, so this one faces forward, and yep, M1 to the back with the that's on top. Yep, so this guy goes up front just like so. Cool. See, the instructions can be helpful. Only read them. All right. Okay, that's different. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. This guy here appears to be stuck together magically. Worked like a champ. Oh, where did you go? There you went. Yeah, if you saw the state of my desk down here, You'd be like, oh, how did he even find that? All right. Come on. Okay. Tighten these guys slightly. Not He-Man tight, mind you. Okay. Yep. Get this guy snugged down just a little bit. Get it secured in place. That way we're not fighting with it too much. And then we can get the rest of it done. And next step will be the motor wires, I reckon. Alright. So that's not super snug or anything. We'll just work it. Okay. All those guys back in the box a little bit. We have yeah, way too much wire. Snip these guys down. Right tool for the right job. Alright, so we want to come mostly on top, because I don't think these little blades are going to be flexing down. Alright, yeah, we'll snip them right across there, like so. One, two, three. And get these guys tinned up. They don't need to be super duper perfect or anything. Okay. Get those guys down. We want the tweezers next. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking it and I'm going to clean off the tip, taking the wire and grabbing it up near the solder joint, and we'll touch it right to that little notch, and then we'll touch the pad right on top. Give it a little tug, make sure it's secure. It is, and now we move on. Way up near the top. Alright, get it situated. Give it a nice little tug. Looks good. Next, way up near the top. Alright. 3. Now, if I want, I can slide these guys over a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3, like so. And there it is, motor number 1. Or actually, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's 2 technically. Let's do the next one. So we're going to come along and then let's make sure we've got our order right. And then we want these guys, so kind of a diagonal. That one. Oh, come on. Don't fight me. 2 and 3. Clean the tip. And we do 1, 2, and 3. Grab it up near the top. Wow, let's clean the tip one more time. Okay. There's one. Get the middle one. It actually doesn't matter what order you do this in. I'm just doing it this way to make it seem like I care about it looking nice. Because, you know, aesthetically it does kind of look nice. 2 and number 3. There's 1, 2, and 3. All done there. Yep. 1, 2, 3. All right. Looking good so far. I like it. Now, let's do this next one. 2 and 3. Come along. Nip them. So there's 1, there's number 2, and number 3. Alright, let's check my cam. Yep, all good. You know, I gotta say, I haven't had one failure with this new card. This new faster card. So, could be, just needs that little extra something. Alright, clean the tip. Grab one. Okay, on there. Number 2. Oh, got a little stray. You see that little stray coming off? Stop what you're doing. Hit it with the tin. Alright, that one I don't like. Okay, that's better. I don't like that one either. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'd say those are good. Let's run these proper like. Okay. These three come over. And really, all I'm doing is eyeballing this, right? You know, I'm not measuring. I'm just, see me, lining it up, saying, yeah, looks good. And if I make a mistake, I mean, the worst that I have to do is lengthen this wire, which really isn't terrible. I mean, it won't be as aesthetically pleasing, but I'll know better on the next one. And I've had to do that, you know, made that mistake once or twice. And you go just a hair too short. And number 3. Okay. Let's see. Yep. That one on there? I think it is. All right. Getting closer. Now, let's figure out what we need for our crossfire. So I have a crossfire receiver right here, and I think just stuffing it back here or something like that will be acceptable. And then yeah, so we'll only have it set up for 3 channels, or the one, the receiver. I don't have the telemetry hooked up, but I don't think we care about telemetry. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go opposite of this. It looks like we have God damn, I can't even read that. Ground, 5 volt, something and something. Good Lord. My eyesight, not what it used to be, that's for sure. We got LED and buzzers over here next to the boot button. But I just can't. Yeah. Gonna have to bust out Google. Alright. HG, here we go. HGLRC FD413 413 wiring diagram, and go. Okay. Usually it's the first image you find, and alright, so we have so we've got 5-volt ground and then RX2. So we're going to use RX2 for this. And over here we've got TX1. So TX1 will be smart audio. And then we've got 6 wires coming off of our ESC, ground, battery, and S1234. So we don't have current or telemetry coming off of our flight controller. So there's nothing to be done about that. Yep, so we'll use UART2 for our crossfire, and UART1 for our smart audio if we decide to wire that up. I almost never do anymore. And then we got cam stuff. Alright, so we need 5-volt and ground. So those are, we're going to use a little bit of this. Yes. 5-volt and ground. And then we skip one, that's the 3.3. And then we have RX2. Okay. A little bit of flux, never hurt. And we'll take this. A little dab will do us. Okay. Itty bitty. Time to drink. And then RX2 is this one. Okay. And I pulled this guy off another quad, so he's already pretty well wired up. Okay. Wait, 5-volt ground. And then the 5-volt. And then the RX. Come on. There it is. Boom. Crossfire connected. What is going on with my... Okay. Back to what I was doing. Alright. We are connected up. That's why I give it a little shake. Sometimes you get a cold bond, and you don't ever want to go into battle that way. So we'll just come back and hit this guy right here. Let me make sure you can see it. See, now it's on there. Moving the flight controller. That's what you want to see. You give it a little tug. You don't need to be He-Man on it, but back and forth and back and forth. Right? That's what you're going to see in normal flight. You know, anything else, right? Okay. Now, the cam. We've got a wire on the cam, and we've got this little guy and this little guy. My phone dinging. Well, Isn't that just a pisser? So we've got this guy, which is the controller. This guy. But unless I'm mistaken, they didn't send me a damn cam wire. Am I just blind? Did it come out of the package and I missed it? It's not in here. Well, shit. All right. Time to tap into the plethora of cables I have. Alright, this guy is a this guy is compatible, so we'll use it. Alright, and we don't need much. So the cam is ground. Alright, here's the front. We've got ground 5-volt cam. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to make it an inch and a half. We want 5-volt. New head count was approved at work while I was on vacation, and we're trying to suss out the details of what we want from our new engineer. I don't want to screw this up, so I'm taking off just this one corner. That way I can get to these pads. I'm using a little bit of flux here. 1, 2, and 3. Should be plenty. And we're going to do ground 5-volt cam from this side. So. Alright, let's straighten out our mat, get our mat back into position so that you can actually see what I'm doing here. Alright. Oh, come on, you. Not getting good conductivity here. What in the hell? Normally this works. Okay. There we go. So, cam, we'll do first. It's this guy. switch it around. Okay, then 5 volt. Okay. Okay. Getting damn hot. Alright, I don't like this one. There it is. That's good. Good, good, good. I like that. Okay, so camera's done. Crossfire's done. Now, I want to run a VTX on this guy. We need our eShing. And this is one I haven't used before. I think I mentioned that before. But it's like the Crossfire, Crossfire, TVS Unify a little bit. It's kind of that similar form factor. Already comes with wires. There's a couple you actually need to take off here. Okay, so we've got this guy, and you are absolutely not supposed to use this guy without an antenna. That's the other thing. It says it on the outside of the packaging. Good. So we want to see here the button. We've got video line. We have ground and 5 volt. And those are going to be out. So we're going to clip those. And we've got signal. So we're going to connect it to our TX pad. And we've got ground and 5 volt in. So let's go ahead and clip these guys right here. Stuff those in there, and then we'll figure out exactly how we want to do this. So I think we can just set her on top and run or set it back here on top of our, and then run this guy out the back, wrap it all up in some Kapton tape, call it done. I think it'll work. And then in that case we need about that much wire. Okay. In case we need any wire. Oh, my feet are still killing me from my vacation. Jesus. I don't think I've walked that much in 10 years. Okay. And we are looking good here. Are we still recording? We're still recording. Good. Get this guy buttoned up. Get beta flight on it. And do a hover. Here. Yep. Alright, there's that one. And And here we have the, let's see, we've got VTX, 5 volt ground, and TX1. VTX, 5 volt ground, TX1. Okay. Let's get this guy nice and clean. Yep. And then we'll come at it and do one, two, three, four. Good. So VTX, that's going to be the green wire. No, it's going to be the yellow. Yep. This guy, it is the yellow. Okay. Then we've got 5 volt, which is the red one. Okay. Touch it and done. And we've got ground. Come on, don't fight me. Good. And TX, which is green. Okay, I think I did it. That should be literally everything for this quad. So let's get, our next step is to probably get our camera mounted. And actually, yeah. Okay. The rear on, so the bottom has the little hook like this. Nice. These little guys go up through there. I'm going to no, not doing it like that. And yeah, I was going to run the cable through there, but decided against it at the last minute. And it just didn't feel right, because the antenna is going to come out through there on top of that. Okay, and now these guys, this is the bottom, the side with this little sloped up D, according to this guy here. And so we'll mount that, and yeah, doesn't look too bad so far. Okay. And I'm not going like Keyman tight with this stuff yet. It's just snug, you know, to keep it from flopping around a bit. That way I can get the cam in. Okay. And then this top plate is actually angled a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not, it's higher up here than it is back here. Okay. Just gonna give this guy a couple of quick twists. Like so. Yep. And then this guy we can set right smack dab on top. And run that out right through there. Boom. I'm okay with that. I dig it. Okay, good. And then this, the camera, it sits right there. Right, if it had been a snake. Okay. So, do we have special camera screws? Yes, we do. Do we need special camera screws? Or do we need these? It feels like it's going in. Groovy. Alright. Getting close. I like that. And then, yep. Okay. So, what I didn't do, which I should have done, okay. Both of these are like so. Yeah, made a mistake. I didn't put this ESC cable on. I had the thing disconnected, or before I put the front on. That's okay. We'll see. We'll try and do it just like this, and if not, if I fight with it for more than a minute, I'll just take the front off. It's only 2 screws right now. Okay, that looked like that. Got it. And then the top goes like, the top flips. Yes, top flips. Yep. And then take this guy. Oh, come on. The bottom one went in so easy. Okay. All right. Tilt that guy back. Plug in. Make sure we've got everything lined up right. That looks good. And then we'll just twist that, give it a good twist. And then we'll set everything right there. Okay. kept on tape. There it is. Okay. Let's take a second and figure out how we're going to do this so we don't make a mess. Gonna snap. Oh, come on. Don't fight me. There. Got it. Why don't we just do it like that? Yeah. Yep. Okay. We'll wrap it just like that. And we'll use about that much. This guy. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll take and we'll pinch it down just a little bit and cut out this button. Alright, well, maybe we won't do any of that. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. And then we need just a bit of sticky. Let's go. Get all the sticky crap off from the last build. Okay, put the new sticky crap on from this build. Okay, slide it under, stick it down. Yep, about like so. And then we'll take a little bit more sticky crap. Put it right on the bottom of our VTX. Come in like so. Stick it right there. All right. I think we've got it. a little bit of tape there and there for this guy. Yep. I think. Or we can go up with it. Sorry, I should be doing this in shot. I was just marveling at this compact design a little bit and trying to figure out the best way to run the crossfire. So let's see what we're working with on top. We've got shit, I'm good with that. All right, good. Let's check. We're still rolling. Good. Cheers to almost being done. Next stop, we've got a next step, I should say. Next stop. All right. Let's put these away for a moment. Good. That doesn't go in there. That goes in there. All right. Let's get these guys out of the way for a second. Switch over to continuity mode, and we will do the easy check first. This is checking to see if there's anything bridged between ground and our positive. So far, yep, nope. And touching both of those, nothing. Good. Now, over here, I want to double check that none of these pads are actually touching. So that's the... So we've got the positive and our signal line. Nope, no continuity. Got the positive and the positive and negative. Nope, nothing. We've got the negative and the smart audio. Nothing. We've got the smart audio and the ground. Nothing. Oh. We've got the ground and the 5 volt. No. We've got the 5 volt and the signal. No. All right. That's a good sign. And then over here, we're checking. Nope. Nothing. I think we're in good shape. That went super easy. All right, let's get this guy finished up real fast. I will tighten down the posts here. I'm gonna just snug these down a little bit till we get about half a millimeter or so above the top of the... Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Half a millimeter above the nut. Yep, that looks pretty darn good. Oh, come on. Don't fight me now. And finally, this guy. Okay, and now we're just going to do a quick double check, make sure we're not. That feels pretty good. It's not super tight, not super loose, not willy-washy. And then this guy will sit down in there, and these two wires will sit on top of it, like so. And we'll tuck that guy down in. Tadpole is looking good. Get everything snugged down just a little bit. We'll take it over to Beta Flight and get the rest of it done. And then you'll see, or should see, I hope, the next bit, which is going to be me flying this guy. Alright, flip it over, double check our bottoms. Yep, snug, snug. Snug and snug. Good. That looks good. Connect it right up to a battery. Boom, that's done. We can run this guy down in here a little bit. Keep it out of the props anyway. And then these guys are all nice and snug up in there. That's not too bad. That looks pretty good. Now, this guy. If we did this, if we did this. Yeah? I don't know. I'll figure it out. And I'll get this guy situated somehow. Probably just run a rat tail off the back. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run a quick rat tail off the back here for this guy. Alright, just like that. Put some shrink over it. Is this the small stuff? Or is this the small stuff? This is the small stuff. $3.30. I think it's smaller. Okay. And we'll run that on through there. Take about that much. Take the lighter. And done. Yep, little rat tail antenna should work fine. I've got the ground plane running in the opposite direction, kind of tucked up into the carriage here. We'll see if that holds up. Now, I have a 3S 450 right here. Boom. Right. He's ready to blow it up. Let's see here. Are we recording? Yes, we're still recording. Good. Okay, got a green light. Yay! All right. I think that's it. So we've powered it up. We know it's going to work. Now we should take it over to Betaflight and get it all configured. And then the next footage you see should be of me flying it. I managed to get the first flight in, around the basement anyway, of the Tadpole. And just wanted to do sort of an all-up weight test. So we're going to do the dry weight. And we're at 74 grams dry, which isn't bad. For a quad this size, you know, right around that 100 gram mark is pretty good for like a 2.5 inch like this. And I've got some bent props already. I bounced it off walls and floors here in the basement. I even had props on wrong. I almost never do that. I was tired yesterday. And then the battery itself is 40, so you're looking at all up right around 113, give or take. Yep, 72, 113, something like that. Yep. And if we were to run a, let's see, I think I have, this is a 2S 350. I have a, like a 4, what is this, 3S 450? This is another, yeah, this is another 3S 450. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier than this pack, and honestly I'm not sure how much I trust the Beta FPV packs, but yeah, the tattoos are usually pretty good. And there's a little bit more wire on this guy, which would actually be kind of helpful on this one, just because that way I can do a mount up like this on top. So yeah, flew around the basement just fine, and I'll get you guys some flight video of that, but wanted to weigh it before we called it done. All right. So here I am doing a couple of quick flights with the Tadpole. I found a new spot to take it. I'm actually flying around on a Monday that I took off after my vacation, so I needed to find a place other than the school, because you can't fly when school's in session. And I was just cruising around and found this little spot, completely abandoned, next to a park and nice little pavilion. But yeah, the quad flies great. I gotta say, I have another Armatin frame, the 7-inch. I also have a 5-inch I haven't built, but the 7-inch, the Chameleon, I wasn't crazy about it. It's okay, but I gotta say this little Tadpole flies great. All I want to do is, you know, go charge up packs and fly it around again. You know, even around my basement, it flew great. It's a 3S, so it's got plenty of power, and these are just little F10 motors. That's 1103, I want to say 7500 kV, but don't hold me to that. It's one of the T motor F10 series. You know, they have that weird naming convention. But the it really flies great. And here I am just kind of cruising around through the building, trying to, you know, build up my confidence with the quad and getting used to how it flies. I don't normally fly, you know, this under a structure or anything like that. So just trying to get used to it. And here I'm going to try and fly under these tables, but it's not going to go well. I get a little nervous there, and I'm like, oh, up, up, and then back up in the air. But yeah, I gotta say, if you're hesitant about buying an Armatin or Matin, whatever, quad, consider the Tadpole. It's really a lot of fun to fly. And you know, Stu from UAV Futures or Tech or whatever, he flew this thing around on the 450 battery, and that's what I'm flying here. And the thing stays in the air for, I think, this flight. And you can see I'm not pushing it or anything. I'm just kind of cruising around, having a good time. It's still at 3.9 volts, 3.67 here, but, you know, that's pretty good after 3 minutes, 3 solid minutes. The longest flight time I think I had was about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is pretty crazy for a micro to keep it in the air that long on a 450. And you could try flying this thing on like an 800 or a 650, but honestly, the 650s I have are all heavy because they're CNHL, and they're a little bulky and just too much for this quad. Maybe a slimmer, you know, R-line or something would be better for this, but yeah, that particular one is just too much. But yeah, I had a great time with this quad. It was a ton of fun to fly around, ton of fun to, you know, just take out and rip it around, and, you know, even trying to fly around this spot, trying to do a good orbit for once. It's a great little quad. I highly recommend it if you are looking for just a fun little ripper. It's got great potential. You know, this has the HDL RC stack in it with a little ESC Nano. So it's not super light. It's not super heavy either. It's only coming in at like 77 grams, something like that, dry. Right around 110, 115 with a pack in it. And then I think you could probably even go down to like a 350 or a 300 if you wanted to play around with that and see what you can get out of it. You know, just from like the standpoint of, you know, experimentation, find out what flies best and what really works. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching this build video. I had a great time building this Tadpole. I hope you'll keep watching and come back and watch the rest of my videos. We've got some new stuff coming up, including a couple more micros. I've got a Ripsqueak next in the queue, so it's already filmed and everything. I just need to actually get it edited and put up, and then we're going to switch gears a little bit and build a 5-inch, and then we'll go back to a couple micros, I think, and finally wrap up the winter, or we just started the winter, I guess, but you know, get through the winter, and then we'll get back to our regular 5-inch quads and other things. So it got a lot of things in the pipe, and I hope you'll keep watching. Thanks again.